Hey there, welcome back to TikTok's Online Journal. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's late in the day. I have not been out of my house today because I had to babysit. Life over 50, becoming a grandmother, how that stacks up. Well, y'all, I've always wanted to be a grandmother. It's a beautiful thing, but I need to know right now at the start of this video in the comments, what does grandmother mean to you? Now, let's get into some pros and cons about being a grandmother, a grandparent or a grandmother. Not just a grandmother, it could be a grandfather or grandmother. But let's get into some pros and cons about being a grandmother. Now, the pros are you get to go out and buy all these cute little outfits. Wait a minute. Before I get too far in, how are you doing today? How is your health doing today? Did you wake up with any ailments? Is there something bothering you that you just can't put your finger on? Life over 50 will have you thinking of everything, all of those things. I never used to evaluate the little pains in my body or thoughts in my mind, but now life over 50 will have you really thinking. I use my thinking cap a lot more than I've ever used it before in my life. Like if I feel one sharp pain, I'm quiet, I'm paying attention. I wait to see if it's going to happen again and all of that. So comment down below how you're doing today. I hope you are amazing. I did wake up with some pain this morning. I'm not sure if it's from me, all the exercise that I've been doing and being heavier, especially putting so much weight on my legs, and I haven't been used to doing that. And as you can see in some of my videos, I've been walking in parking lots and all of that good stuff. So y'all, you have to know that your girl is getting worked out like she's never been worked out before. But almost 100 pounds down, I feel amazing. However, the midsection is working against me, y'all. And it is okay that it's working against me. I promise you. I'm getting all the protein down packed, all of that. Off subject, because this video is about the pros and cons of being a grandparent. Okay, so for me, let's go with number one, the pros. One of my favorite pros is being able to shop. And I have a granddaughter. So my first grandchild is a granddaughter. And I only have one grandchild right now. I have 7 children. And so my youngest daughter, she's not the youngest of all the children, but she's the youngest girl, had a baby. And so I'm a grandparent, okay? Woo, that can be scary, that can be happy, that can be sad, that can be all sorts of things. It's however it looks to you. And to me, it was almost all of those things because you have to think about, this is a precious little life coming into the world. So tiny, so dainty, so innocent, for lack of better words. You have to protect your baby. You have to make sure your baby's eating, changing the diapers on time. You have to learn a whole new routine with the baby. And even though I'm not the mother, I am a first-time grandmother. So everything came easy to me because I already had experience with 7 children. However, being a grandparent is not as easy as it may seem. When I tell y'all, I'm going to tell y'all my vision of a grandparent, okay? Now, my mother, she was not a stay-at-home babysitting type of grandmother. That's not what type of grandmother she was. So she's in heaven. May she rest peacefully. And I've told y'all about my mom already. But she used to be in the streets with me. Like we would be out shopping, doing our business, everything like that. She was not a stay-at-home grandmother. Okay. Now she did keep them when we went out of town or had something to do like that. But Monday through Friday, like as a daycare center, because sometimes I think the misperception of what a grandmother is misinterpreted a lot. Like I feel like a grandmother to me is a place where children can go Okay, so my perception of the grandmother thing, we got that out the way. I think that sometimes grandmothers get pushed into the role of the daycare center. And I'm the type of parent and grandparent that I don't want my grandchild in a daycare center. I really don't. But what I do want to happen is I want my daughter to find a work from home job so that she can be with her baby. I think it's very important this day and time, especially, that parents are able to be at all of their children's events. I was at all of my children's events. I never missed events. Like, I feel like parents should be, especially in the bonding ages of life from 0 to 5, they should be around their parents more than they're at a daycare center. And there are so many more opportunities for people to work at home, do social media, different things like that, where they can be with their children and their children can be a part of their job, for lack of better words, especially if you do social media. And it's so easy to do social media. You just turn it on a camera and really just recording things that you like to do. You pick a niche and you jump into it. So I really feel like grandparents, especially at their older ages, should not be pushed into the daycare role. I'm really big on that. And especially if you're like me, I'm an outdoors person. I'm not an indoors person. I have a lot of channels that I work on. And this is what I love to do. I also lost my baby. He's in heaven, resting peacefully. And I just feel like at 53, I'm about to be 54 next month, if God says the same. And he's willing to allow me to make it to 54, which I know he will, because he is good all the time and he's worthy. So I just pray every single solitary day for that. But I really think, grandparents should be used as like an alternative. Like if there's just no other source and you need a babysitter, unless the grandparent calls and say, hey, today I want to babysit my grandbaby. I want to keep the baby today. Then that's how I think it should go. Comment down below what your beliefs on grandparenting are. Do you believe that grandparents should act, especially when they're older? Because they got some 25-year-old grandparents, some 30-year-old, 40-year-old grandparents. I'm 53. I'm going to be 54 this year. And so my life at 50, life over 50, I imagined myself taking vacations, trips, being outdoors, going to festivals, sitting in parking lots, eating my yogurt or having me a salad because that's the type of food that I'm into now, or a chicken sandwich or something like that. And just watching people go into the store and shop, and me going in and out of stores doing my shopping videos. Now, my grandbaby is no problem. She does not cry with me. We have no problems with her in the daytime. Now, at nighttime, she don't fool with us at nighttime. I think she's figured out that, hey, my mommy is supposed to be in charge of me at night. I think she's figured that out. And I don't keep her every day. I started off with the 5 days a week, but y'all, me coming from 0 days a week to 5, it started as 3. Then it went to 5. And I just couldn't do it. So I narrowed it back down to 3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because I didn't want to do Monday and Tuesday because that's a back-to-back thing. And then it starts to feel like you're at work. You're at a 9 to 5. I don't work a 9 to 5 for a reason. And that is because I'm a free-spirited person. I jump up when I get ready to. When I say I'm going somewhere, I just jump up and put my clothes on. My son is 16. He'll be 17 in October. My sixth child. The seventh child is in heaven. My sixth child, he's very independent. You don't have to do too many things for him at all. So it's like going from no babies to trying to be like a stay-at-home grandmother. That was just too much for me all at once. It felt like something hit me and knocked me down. So yeah, I'm not able to do 5 days a week. I don't know why I have my glasses on. I'm not reading anything. But I just could not commit to that. And then, even so, 3 days, I'm going to tell you, I feel better when I'm outside. That's just how my life is set up. I feel better when I'm Okay, I think I'm going too far in. So, what I want to say is the pros of being a grandparent is you get to buy cute clothes for the babies. You get to take them out some places. You get to go watch them at their events, their games, their graduations, their birthday parties, Christmas time, Easter baskets, all of that type of stuff. And you get to be there every time they smile, they start to walk. They say grand bestie, because that's what my grandbaby is going to call me, grand bestie. You also just get to watch them grow. And you get to keep them when you want and return them when you want to return them as well. And especially coming from having my own 7 children and already doing this, it's like, hey, okay, all of this feels good, but wait a minute. It almost feels like I'm in a parenting role. So it's not a bad feeling, but when you're used to being outside all the time, you kind of get ready to get up and you be like, oh, wait a minute, what is this? There's a baby laying here. You can't do this. You can't use both of your hands to work your phone. There's some pros and there's some cons to being a grandparent. I would not change being a grandparent, but you also cannot change a person from their daily routine when they get older. Life over 50, you don't know about life over 50 if you've never made it over 50. So I will say I love my grandbaby to the moon and back. But baby, I can't keep no baby 7 days a week, 5 days a week, 3 days a week. I just can't. So I'm praying that my daughter can find a job that keeps her home with her baby so that they can continue to bond, continue to grow, know each other, get to know each other, because the baby is 2 months. And, you know, when babies are tiny, I just think they be needing a mommy a little bit more than they need their grandparents. And she loves her grandparents. Oh, my goodness. Does she love her grandpa and her grandbestie? She really does. But y'all, comment down below how y'all feel about getting into the babysitting role. And, you know, you're there for those. Grandbestie, I don't have any lunch money today. Okay, and you saying grandbestie lunch money. Or grandbestie, I'm going to the book fair or the field trip. Those are the things that I'm anxious to be able to do for my grandchildren as well. And take them to, like, on their first little trips and things like that. So, anyway, see y'all on the next video. You are cute. You are beautiful. Your smile brightens up the day. Don't you let anyone or anything get in your way. Make sure you're humble and kind, and you will go real far. Now, I can't sing, but I love to sing, so I'm going to keep on singing. Bye, y'all.